Okay, great.
Okay. So, Mrs. Danner, that's not an Italian name, but that doesn't mean you're not
Uh,
Italian. But uh, tell me, what's your relation to the world of Italianism?
well, my mother's name was Guarnieri, so she was born in Milano, Italy. So I certainly have lots of Italian blood coursing through my veins.
That's for sure. If you're Jewish, then you would be Italian because it all goes through the mother. The male is just a bringer of seed.
Exactly, yes.
So,
Very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having me.
oh, it's always good to interview a real actor. That's, yeah,
Great.
you definitely have presence on the screen, and no one is going to not notice that you're there. And so,
Well, it was a labor of love. Let's just put it that way. At the end of the movie, the Italians, it says, "For my mother, Loredana." So this was a love letter to her.
and that was the writer wrote that, is correct, to her, for her mother.
Well, I wrote that because I was
Oh,
the director.
ah, I didn't realize you directed it and acted. That's a
I
tough thing to
directed it and
do.
acted. Yes. But I had a great cast and I had a great team. So everybody helped me. So I was able to do it.
So, have you done that before, directed and acted in the same piece?
I have done it before, smaller parts, but I have done it.
So this time you took a full lead and directed yourself because you have
Yes,
done it before and you didn't die, basically.
exactly. I felt very close to the lead. This character, Angelina, is an amalgamation of my mother, my sisters, my grandmother, my great grandmother, all mixed into one.
And cooking obviously is important.
Yes, I love to cook. As a matter of fact, as I've grown older, I'm working on a recipe book and with, recipes that have been passed down in generations. Um, so I really love to cook and I love to cook Italian food, particularly.
Yeah, so Italian food is like the best comfort food there is, really.
Yeah.
There's always something to keep you full, and that was a telling line with the meatballs. Then And,
Yes,
you could see the pain.
I know it's very funny. And it's actually probably true that they're better if you use veal in your meatballs. Um, but we had our production designer was also a chef and she was Italian. So this food that was on the table was real Italian food. So when the actors would eat it, Rob Estes, David DeLuise, when they would lead, they were like, this is so good. But it was really so good. They didn't have to fake it.
I can see that. I mean, I can see just looking at it. I'll show you something. You know, just here we go. I've had to work hard, but I made them work, basically. But this thing here, it claims they're Italian style meatballs. And
Oh, yes.
uh, I eat because I throw a lot of marinara sauce on and provolone and mozzarella and lots and lots and lots of cheese. So I don't know what the meat is and whether it's Italian style meatballs or not, but they came at the right price and there were a lot of them. So so far the two meatball sandwiches I made were actually rather good. They didn't really look too amazing in the microwave when I cooked them, but I think that I threw enough elements that they worked. But they say they're
Right.
Italian style meatballs for whatever that means.
I know. Well, listen, you when you take something and you add on to it, you can make it better than what it is.
Yeah, I usually can. I have a limited menu, but I try to like build them up and put everything I can into it. So, you know, I have to get one thing one place and one thing another. The marinara sauce comes from the store on the corner. And the provolone comes from this place up the street. The rolls could be either one, you know. So by the time I'm done, I've constructed something that's edible and sometimes actually tastes pretty good, you know.
So it's as if you're living in Italy, because Italy, you go here to get the cheese, there to get the meat, there to get the bread, all the different places.
You get much back to Italy in your time?
Well, I shot a movie in Italy called Under the Stars about a year and a half ago with Andy Garcia, Tony Collette, Eva Di Domenici, and Alex Pettifer, all wonderful actors. And so I spent some time in Italy then. And I was just in Europe just now. I went to the festival, the Cannes, the Cannes International Film Festival,
Oh,
and I
excellent.
saw movies there, and it was a great experience.
That's quite a place. There's no red carpets like red carpets at Cannes. That's for sure.
Yes, it was a lot of fun. We did it all, and now happy to be back. You're always happy to go on adventures, and then you're always happy to come back.
Where did you stay when you were in Cannes? We had a little trick. We found out a place to stay, a short bus ride out of Cannes for a pretty good price. It was actually a girls' prep school or something, and but they were able to rent a bunk bed there, and so I
Oh.
could, yeah, I didn't have to break the bank totally to go to Cannes that time.
I stayed in a villa with my sister and my son who came with me, and our wonderful casting director stayed with us. I was about 8 minutes from the Palais, where, all of the market is, and the screenings, the Lumiere Theater. So it was very convenient.
How much did they soak you for? Or did you somehow get a decent deal?
We got a very good deal. So it was our second year in a row staying in the villa.
Uh-huh.
And probably next year we'll stay in the same villa. It was very nice.
Oh, well, maybe you can send out an invite. I haven't been to Cannes in over 10 years.
Well, it was great this year because the movies were uplifting and fun. Last year the movies were a little depressing. This year they were more fun.
I read there weren't very many American films there, or were there any?
Well, there were some, but it's very international. John Travolta debuted his first film that he directed there, which I
Oh, yeah.
absolutely love.
Oh, he debuted there. That's nice. He
Yeah,
goes out of
I saw
competition
it, and
soon.
it was out of competition, but it was really great. Yeah,
I can see him being a good director. I always thought, there was something about how he somehow picked the right roles and became a star. I never, really thought of him as like really a traditional leading man, but I was kind of have a feeling that he really understands the process because of that. And he may be a
absolutely. I
better
mean,
director than an actor in the end. Who knows?
but not only is he a star, but he's a star that has heart. And not only incredibly talented, but somebody that is really, really human and has a big heart.
Well, when I saw the dancing movie way back, I said that's a hit, and it was. I mean, I knew it right away. It had it. I don't know. You have to be able to trust your judgment. Being on the East Coast, we do tend to be a little, the word about Hollywood. Nobody knows anything here. But here, if I think something's good, I know when it's good. To me, it's good or it's not.
Exactly. I agree with you.
So, what happened with that film that you did? You were just telling me about with Travolta and all.
Under the Stars.
Yeah.
Under the Star, it's out. It's out. You can watch it. It's a romantic comedy, and it's got a wonderful message about love and second chances at love. And so I had a great time shooting it in Italy. It was a wonderful experience to be there and work with all these great actors.
Who picked it up?
Um, I'm not sure exactly. I wasn't part of the production. I was the director.
Right.
They had hired me to do it. So I'm not exactly sure. Um, but you know what? Now you you make me want to look now. So how do I not know that? That's
Did you get
crazy.
Final Cut? I'm getting a feeling that maybe you didn't.
Why are you getting that feeling?
Because I don't hear like who that distributor was, and if that's the case, they don't have to explain why they cut this or that because you don't even know them.
No, I did get it. I just unfortunately did not get a chance to. I did have it. I didn't have a chance to finish it.
Hmm.
Um, I didn't have a chance to do some of the. I'm looking now who Aura Entertainment distributed it. Aura Entertainment. I didn't have a chance to do what I wanted to do in terms of sound design and
Ah,
visual effect. That was something that frustrated me. Yeah.
so where was that in terms of your uh, resume, so to speak? How many films have you actually directed as the director and got to take out?
This was my only movie that I directed as a director. Everything else, I'm a producer as well.
This one,
Um,
the one we're looking at now, the Italians.
yes, the Italians, I produced it. I produced it and directed it.
Right. And the previous one you acted and produced? The one you
The one before that, the Italians, was Miranda's Victim, which was a great movie about how the Miranda rights came about. I
uh-huh.
was offered that movie, but I also came on as a producer.
Uh-huh.
And I had the honor of working with Donald Sutherland. It was his last movie. Andy
Oh,
Garcia was in that movie. I had a great
he
cast.
was a
Abigail
class
Breslin
act,
played
Donald Sutherland.
what?
He was a class act
Oh yeah.
to talk to.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I um I had the pleasure of working with Andy Garcia again, and Cal McLaughlin, and Ryan Phillippe, and Luke Wilson, and the wonderful ladies were Abigail Breslin, who played the lead, Mireille Enos, Emily Van Cam. Dan Lauria was in it.
Hmm.
Brand Sexton, Enrique Murciano, who I've known for many years. I had a really this pretty incredible cast. John Buffalo Mailer. Um, I was very lucky. I was very lucky to have this cast to tell this story.
You seem to like kind of gravitate towards ensemble type of films.
I do like ensemble movies. I'm driven by the story. I like to tell a good story and a story that means something to me, that emotionalizes me.
So, how did you get into the whole biz?
Well, my dad was a producer. My dad actually started the William Morris Agency in Paris in the 60s.
Hmm.
And when I was a little girl, I would go play under his desk. I was very close to my dad, and he would welcome artists at the house. On the weekends, they would come and play music and cook food. So I was very part of, this artistic atmosphere. I'd go to museums all the time. I'd read books all the time. Uh, I had my upbringing in Paris. And
Nice.
then we moved to New York when I was in my teens, and I ended up studying with Stella Adler, with Uta Hagen, with Herbert Bergdorf. And then I started to teach myself, and I started to make movies. Everything, every single stage, well, was always driven by storytelling.
Well, I say this, the dialogue was just like right on. I mean, when you saw the script, I assume that kind of hit you right away too.
Yes, well, Lisa Phillips Visca wrote the script. And of course, when you're directing a movie, you do a shooting script. So you contribute. And so all the movies that I have directed, I have contributed in that way. You have to, because you have to visualize how you're going to shoot the scene and if musically it makes sense to you.
I feel like we're having an Italian meal here. So you missed lunch and rushed
I'm
here,
having
right? Your son was
I'm
saying,
having Italian ice. I was stuck in traffic just now for a while. And so I said, I need something like a little ice something. And I love Italian ice. That's actually my favorite.
well, I'm
Very
originally from
refreshing.
Philly, so you know, you've probably been in South Philly then if you know that world. It still looks,
Yes, I've been there. I
yeah,
have been there.
it's a great place to go in the summer and have a cheesesteak and a watermelon slice because those
Yeah,
Pats is still there and Chinos and all that.
yeah, absolutely. Yep.
They don't seem to understand here in New York. They make these cheesesteaks, and I didn't know. Recently I almost got sick. I have a little, esophageal heartburn kind of thing that is under control and all. But I ordered a cheesesteak. I had no idea they were going to throw in all these peppers, and they said, "Well, isn't that in a cheese?" I said, "It's not in a Philly cheesesteak. We don't throw peppers in automatically." You
Oh
know?
my God.
I mean, they just assumed that it came with it. And like, how do you sell a Philly cheesesteak and not know what really a Philly cheesesteak is? Most of
I
them
don't
don't
actually
cook it.
digest. I don't digest peppers very well, so
I can't
that's
believe
not
it.
my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have like under control disease of the esophagus. I've had
Oh,
27.
I'm sorry.
Well, everybody's got to have something, right? And else to have something to talk about, right? But
Right, right.
but it didn't turn out as bad as it would have seemed because I actually tested what they call Prilosec, but
Mm.
generically omeprazole. For America, I did 12 endoscopies and uh, got to say we've just got the best stomach medicine we've ever had, and they still haven't come up with anything to match it you know. You go to
Wow.
the farm, but I tested it and had a little unfortunate realization of a diagnosis just at the time the first wife cut the health care. So
Mm.
I've had to learn how to work and make money that doesn't show up a lot. I hope the
Oh,
IRS
wow.
doesn't review Zooms, but they didn't have health care for everybody then. So my doctors were very nice.
Right.
They gave me the medicine for 8 years. Once it was
Oh, that's
300
good.
a month.
Well, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bank breaker. Um, but it influences you. So everybody has those little things that work to the adventure of your life. So you start out as an actress.
I started out as an actress, yes. I studied with Stella Adler. I studied with Uta Hagen. I studied with Herbert Bergdorf. I was very passionate about acting, and maybe it was meant to be that I should have become a teacher from there. So then I taught classes after that. And now I have two schools in Los Angeles, the Michelle Danner Acting Studio, the Los
Really?
Angeles Acting Conservatory. And we have a great group of students that come and study and meet other actors. I really believe in creating, as an artist, community around you.
Well, it's funny because sometime in the last year and a half or so, after all these years of being behind the camera, because I've shot many, many, many videos, I decided I should act. And I just figured
Really?
I had a weird looking look, and I thought I could play like psychos and drug dealers and drug users and obscure type of characters like that. And so I kind of building the I guess courage to start actually auditioning.
Oh, I think that that's great. I think you should do it. Really go for it.
Well, I don't see myself as a lead, but I think I could be a really good, off-kilter kind of character really well, you know, or as like Mick Jagger said in Performance. Do you remember that movie? Did you get to see that one? Nick Rose
Uh,
was ending
I
up
don't
being the director.
I don't think that I did actually. I don't think so.
It was, I mean, the Jagger at one point, and he goes, the true performer can achieve absolute madness at any time. And I always thought about that as like part of the whole thing.
Oh, that's very funny.
Jagger's a hell of a performer. I mean, I thought he was great in that film. And it's a really interesting story behind that movie performance. Nick Rogue was credited as the director, but there was an original director who was not too well gifted in his relations to people. So how he got to be a director, I don't know. But he had an awful time with the cast to the level of where he killed himself on this in the middle of shooting the movie. And
Oh my God. Yeah,
and
yeah.
Nick Rogue was the DP, so he took over. And so they credit that, and it began a career where Nick Rogue is considered one of, the kind of top auteurs of that era, you know. But he
Right.
was the director actually killed himself, and it was such a strange story.
Well, that is a very strange story.
It turned out Jagger's buddy in crime, um, the his guitar player from way back, actually wrote his book, and it's a great book about it. And his girlfriend was in the movie when that happened, and they were staying in a house where the cast. So it's a
What was the name
worthwhile
of that movie again? What
performance.
was the name of it?
Performance.
Performing.
Performance.
Performance. Okay.
Yeah. And,
Okay.
yeah, that was the big break for Nick Rogue as a director. But I didn't know that either until I read, the book. A very nice book that was written, about the Stones and all. It's very large, but one great story after another. Uh, Worthwhile book. Uh, so, um, you became an actor to begin with, and then how did your career progress in terms of where you went with that? And what kind of things did you do theater as well?
I love theater. I'm very passionate about theater. And as a matter of fact, I'm hoping to direct a Broadway show next year. I I go to the theater a lot, and I did a performance in Los Angeles with Rob Estes, the actor that plays my husband in The Italians. We did The Rose Tattoo by Tennessee Williams
Ah,
here in Los Angeles. And we ran for almost a year. We had 21 people in the cast and a goat. And we hung on to everybody and kids and music. And Deborah Levine was the wonderful director that directed it. And Rob and I won awards and ran to sold out, for almost a year to sold out houses uh, in LA. And so it was a great play. It was one of the most joyful plays that Tennessee Williams wrote. And so Rob and I had this, dynamic together that helped us a lot when we played the parts we played in the Italians.
well, I haven't made it all the way through it and I can say that I'm looking for some real plot twists because the characters are all strong and the dialogue is strong and it just seems very genuine. You kind of feel under the surface, I'm about 40 minutes in, that there's going to be some real plot twists. I can
Oh,
just
there
feel it.
will. And there's a major, major twist at the end.
Yeah, yeah, you get that feeling. But so where is this film at this moment in terms of what's happening with it?
So I'm gonna open the door. My dog is trying to open the door. He's actually very good
You
at
can
it.
bring him in. I
Hang
like
on.
dogs. Dogs like me. I kind of sometimes think I was a
Um,
dog in a previous
so
life.
the movie can be found on Amazon. It's also on YouTube. It's on Fandango. It's on Apple TV. So it's in different platforms, and it's in several parts in the world. It's in Australia. It's gonna be. Oh, it's in the UK. It's in Australia, it's in Greece, and it's going to be soon in Germany and Japan, and then different other parts of the world.
So do you make like separate deals for all these multiple things, or was it like one company that had the deals and they're just with that multiple different kinds of ways the film is showing?
Um, well, with this movie, we'd made separate deals. With other movies, like Miranda's Victim, it's just one person. It depends. Every movie has a different structure to it.
I like you. I think if I produce something or have written something, I'd love to have you on the producer's team. That's for sure. I get a feeling you know how to negotiate in both the positive and negative way, whatever's needed.
Well, always in a positive way. But I work with my sisters who are very smart and savvy and they help. So I have a little village around me. I work also with my son. He's a graduate from USC. He studied film and theater, and
Uh-huh.
he's finishing his first screenplay that he's going to shoot next year. Um, so I'm surrounded by art and love and support. So I'm very lucky. There isn't a day that doesn't go by that I don't know how lucky I am.
It sounds like that. It's like just like a whole creative army there.
That's right. That's exactly a great way to describe it. A creative army.
Well, I'm looking forward to following where your films go, and you need to be in our little family for Indie Film Reporter, uh, to because I like to follow the same film. I don't just get one and another one. I follow people's careers. You can check some of the videos and some of the people. You know, once I believe in a filmmaker, I kind of stick with them.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, now, if you, as the producer on this, since we have a minute and 12 seconds left, do you want to say you have a lot to do more today and we should, or would you want to go on further and some other things you think we should talk about? I'm going to let you
Well,
make the
whatever
call.
you'd like to talk about. I think you got a wonderful sense that I am passionate about storytelling and that I believe in independent films because filmmakers get to have a voice. And it's important. And I think that with all the content that is created these days in all the different platforms, that it's great for audiences to support independent films because they need the support. The big movies, they have such a huge marketing machine behind it that audiences know that they exist. But there's a lot of wonderful little indies that
Ton.
audiences don't know. And so I think that it's great to write about them and tell people about them.